How you doing, guys? This is ZDEyE here. So I wanted to bring up this question that I had back in my mind for some time now. It's regarding Armored Core 6. Now, I'm noticing more and more that less and less people are actually talking about this game. Matter of fact, also, well, much of coverage going on as well. Now, of course, that could be divisive, that could be depending on what kind of content creators and social media that I follow, and of course, this will definitely result on how much I actually do see, or perhaps I should expect out of these games and stuff like that. Right, so I'm purposely this time, I just didn't want to go into it and say like, okay, I'm not seeing much talk regarding Armored Core 6, what is going on here, and so, I decided to do a little research to do like what's going on with Armored Core, and of course there are a lot of content creators that are specifically, well, perhaps in some cases even daily talking about Armored Core 6. Now, a lot of people are indeed excited for it. It's From Software's next title. It genuinely is a very big kind of like a departure for what From Software are known for. And of course, like, we can't say as if it's like a departure overall. It's not, because Armored Core is in their soul, it's in their DNA of creating games that they're familiar with the mecha, flying, combat, action, a lot of action and fast-paced action included. And that, yeah, they're part of the soul, like that they've got in them. And so it makes sense. Now, of course, a lot of people that they have obviously enjoyed, and of course what they have been playing for the past few decades, well, 15 years or so, right? Basically, it was, well, as you know it, Dark Souls, right? It was Dark Souls 1, 2, 3, Elden Ring, Sekiro, Shadows Die Twice, Bloodborne, and as such, like, they have the reputation for some difficult, kind of Souls-styled games. And in this case, Armored Core 6 is a bit of a departure that they are, well, at least known for. But yeah, if we're gonna ask this same question to very old classic fans, old school fans that, what do you think that From Software is more known about, they'll say Armored Core, because they made so many Armored Core games, and that now we're getting Armored Core, well, as the title says, 6. So it says 6 installments. Crazy, and I'm pretty sure there's even a few more that are not numbered. I might be wrong about that, but it's genuinely is an interesting kind of like a story, or maybe even like not the lore within the game, but the lore in terms of like how kind of development that they've been going through in terms of the Armored Core games when they have been developing them, mainly in them I'm talking about. And as such, of course, with this kind of direction that From Software is making now, it still is an interesting fact that I'm noticing that there's a lot less talk. Now, there is reasons to this. For Armored Core, why it's not, or at least doesn't seem like to me, that it's getting much of reception. And it's not to say that it's bad, but I think it actually might be because it's all getting overshadowed. Now, since this is not exactly, how can I say, a hyped game, right, and also because it is more closer to a niche title and quite a small cult following that's going on for it, that's being followed through, that it is an Armored Core game, but yet because of the time when it's getting released. So this game's coming out on the 25th of August. Like, while I'm recording this video, there's just a few more days to go until this game release. It's genuinely going to be exciting. A lot of people are looking forward to it. There's news, information, everything going on about it, all good and grandy and just fantastic. But yet, because the reason I mentioned Overshadowed is because of the, well, as you can guess, Boulder Games, right? Boulder Games 3, and then it's getting more or less of a release on the PlayStation on this, I think it was the 6th of September as well. But then also, we cannot forget Starfield. Starfield getting a release, an early release anyway, on the 1st of September. See, it's kind of getting closer and closer to the release of Armored Core 6 itself. But okay, sure, fine. Like, a lot of people say, well, yeah, okay, well then, but why would that really stop people buying Armored Core 6 and enjoying it first and then getting their teeth into Starfield? Because a lot of people are enjoying Baldur's Gate 3 at the moment since its release, and yet they're still enjoying it. That game is so ginormous. But yet, it's not that its size that what it matters, but also how fantastic the game is. Now, nevertheless, we have to agree one fact as well, that game is also closer towards, how can I say, a niche audience as well. Even though if you look at the old times, peak players that are playing on Steam especially, like almost reaching 1 million players is insane. Yeah, I can't really say like a niche title, can I now? But yeah, I actually don't think Armored Core 6 even has a glimpse of actually getting close to that kind of numbers in terms of the peak player count, right? And at least I'm talking about Steam. But again, yeah, well, it's not exactly fair to do that. Boulder Games, Armored Core 6 also is getting re-released, not re-released, but also getting released on different platforms, so we cannot count it as if like we're gonna able to see all the concurrent players that are playing practically at the same time. But yeah, so again, I'm not gonna make that kind of comparison. But the thing is that the Boulder Games 3 is so large in terms of the scope and how much content that it offers. And on top of that, it's not like repetitive content that's boring or not interesting. But the thing is that it's so good. That's just the thing that a lot of people are coming back to get more and more. And to that point, it seems like that Baldur's Gate 3 will be, and it seems like it is, overshadowing the release of Armored Core 6. And yet it's already been out for so many days and weeks, and yet Armored Core 6 is going to be coming out soon, and yet it still seems like Baldur's Gate 3 is the talk of the town, right? And even though Armored Core 6 is a very anticipated title for a lot of people, but yet we cannot deny that Boulder Games 3 feels like it's getting all the reception right now. Now, of course, for very good reasons too, right? And yet then, closer we're getting to the inevitable release of the Starfield and early access on 1st of the September, and then the official release on the 6th of the September. Now, that's just gonna take all the, at least kind of like, interest, maybe motivation or hype, in fact, into Starfield. And yet, where does that leave the room for Armored Core 6? Now, it will leave some room in terms of like maybe, 4 or 5 days, like when the game comes out, you got only 4 or 5 days to enjoy this game, and then Starfield comes out, and everybody's gonna move over as quickly as possible. And as well as one big thing, Armored Core 6 in general. Now, a lot of people are not familiar with it, and like I mentioned already at the beginning of the commentary, that a lot of people are familiar in terms of From Software titles of being from, like Souls types of experiences. Armored Core 6 is not that. It is a difficult game, it has its own merits, and pros and cons included, of course, but yet, it's the question is that are the newcomers are going to be or wanting to invest their time into this game, or even at least picking it up. But by the looks of things, it doesn't really seem like so. Now, I'm not gonna say that Armored Core 6 looks like a bad game. I'm not gonna say it looks like it doesn't at least interest or at least warrant an interest for a lot of people, or newcomers especially, to sink in their time into this game, right? I do think Armored Core 6 got something special, like a very interesting code of like special spirit that genuinely would be quite fun for a lot of people. I definitely can see it here, right? But the thing is, because it's being overshadowed, that's the main concern that I'm seeing here. I feel like this game should have been delayed, pushed forward. I don't know, right? Like, we actually seen this already happening in terms of games getting pushed forward, such as the Assassin's Creed Mirage. It is finally gone gold, and yet it's also getting pushed forward from the 12th of October till the 5th of October. Now it's going to be releasing. So I think that's actually good news. It's a good thing, because they're moving away their title away from Spider-Man, Alan Wake 2 as well. You see, like, there's plenty of games that a lot of people choose to go for a lot more known titles that they think, or at least that they know, will be very successful, and that they know they're gonna have a plenty of fantastic time. This in this case, Armored Core 6 is a new title, and that's always is the harder part for newcomers to invest their time, or at least to even get interested in picking up this game. Again, I can't say Armored Core 6 is a new title, since it is an existing IP and a title. Like I said, there is Armored Core 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. But, since the last Armored Core we've seen was so long ago, many are not yet known, like they don't know what to expect out of this game, even though they have seen plenty of gameplays, previews, coverages, and all that good stuff with it. Alright guys, that's all I wanted to mention. I don't think I have anything else to say. Guys, before I go as well, I already stated in my previous video, but either way I'm gonna mention it again. I'm actually away on a holiday. I'm still away. I have scheduled this video just before release of Armored Core 6. I am thinking, I'm not yet considered, or at least I've not decided yet if I want to pick this game up on day one. Maybe eventually, but yeah, I will pick this game up when it goes on deal or a good sale. I do not know. It really truly depends on the reviews. So there's still a few more days to go until this game's release, and then perhaps I'll make my decision to pick this game up or not. But yeah, nevertheless, I'm looking forward to see how this game will, well, how it will turn out. Alright guys, like and subscribe, see you guys all, and have a wonderful day.